they took such a long time is that the leadership of the Tamil people came from the same social club that the Sinhala leadership came. They shouted in parliament and then went to the club and drank from the same cups. The current leadership is coming from a very different source, which is from grassroots level. That's, I think, the change. And I think that the Tamil leader, the militant leadership, decided that, this type of, pussyfooting around is not going to work. The only thing that will bring the Sinhalese leaders to any form of negotiation is weapons, full stop. When peaceful protests fail, the armed struggle is about the only struggle possible. There's no other option.
So you're saying it's very much justifiable?
Not justifiable, essential. Or you can remain as you have been in the last 50 years, sitting under the table of the Sinhala people and to pick up crumbs from the table. They have talked about disarming the Tamil tigers. Yes, you can disarm them, no problem about that. You'll be also sending the Tamil people to a genocidal extinction. These people are it's not acts of terror that they're committing. They're trying to liberate the Tamil people from Sinhala domination. And the only language that they will understand is a weapon struggle.
You're observing the Sri Lankan politics from day one, I would say. That it's you can go back from British colony time. I want to talk about the leaders, the past prime ministers and presidents, right? They were Senewiratne family, the Dudley Senewiratne, D.S. Senewiratne, then Bandaranaike family, S.W.R.D. Bandaranaike, Srimawa Bandaranaike, then their daughter Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga. Then there were Jayawardene, Premadasa, Ranil Wickremesinghe, and now Mr. Rajapaksa. How would you rate them?
Well, I would rate them as steadily getting worse. No question about that. And today, we face probably one of the most dangerous presidents that we have ever had. And my cousin, being one of the contenders for that post of worst president, I think that's saying a lot. I mean, she's the lady who carpet-bombed Jaffna with 500,000 people. And Boutros Ghali, the Secretary General, appealed to the international community and said to be concerned about the displaced people of Jaffna. Now, this guy is even worse than that. I mean, you can't say that he didn't know about the Chencholai bombing. He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, for heaven's sake. He is the president, and if he didn't know about the Chencholai bombing, then he should resign or sack the whole caboose.
Were there any good leader in the past and they missed the bus, missed the chance?
Yes, there was, and that is Chandrika Kumaratunga's husband, visionary husband, Vijay Kumaratunga, whom I spent one whole afternoon with. And when I got up, I said, Vijay, it has been a pleasure to have met. And he said the same with you. And I said, when I come back to Sri Lanka again, that was in 1984, I said, I hope we will have another chat. And he got up and said, yes, it would be delightful to meet you again if I am alive. And he wasn't.
What do you think about the Tamil leaders from Sarban Ramanathan, Arunachalam time to now? Is there any good leaders in your mind?
Talking of Ponnambalam Ramanathan, this is purely incidental. I picked up a book published on, it's called Ramanathan of Ceylon. And I hope that somebody in the audience with money to spare will translate this, reprint this book, because it talks of days in the 1915, in the Sinhala riots, etc., of here the Tamil leader standing up for the Sinhalese. I don't know much more about Ramanathan except to know that he was a tremendous figure in terms of elocution. That has not been the problem. At least it has been the problem with the Tamil leaders, that they have thought that making great speeches in parliament addresses the problem. The main problem has been, and I mean no disrespect to the Tamil leaders, is that they had no touch, they were not in touch with the ground problems. They didn't come from the ground, and the current leadership does. I mean, a lot of the people that we're referring to came from Colombo 7, including my wife, and they have the Colombo 7 mentality. And my wife, after 49 years of marriage, she's only just come to realize that there was a Tamil have a problem. And a couple of years ago, this is after some 47 years of marriage, she said, Brian, the Tamils do have a problem. I said, is that right? You're just telling me something I just didn't know all these years. And mind you, she is the one who has checked every paper of the scores that I have written. But that's been the problem with the Tamil leadership.
Mm-hmm. Just come to the current situation, the CFA, the ceasefire agreement. There was a need for it, but how do you see the CFA and the written and signed by both sides?
The greatest need for the CFA was that the Singapore government was going broke. That was the need for the CFA. I don't know that many of your readers, maybe even yourself, are aware that soon after the CFA, what did this great hero, Ranil Wickremesinghe, do? He jumped into a plane and came and put his arm round President Bush and asked for more funds. For what? To fight the Tamil people. In fact, the CFA, despite all the negotiations that occurred, the LTT pulled out for a very good reason, because Ranil Wickremesinghe, smooth talker, didn't actually deliver. And now they're talking in terms of Wickremesinghe going into alliance with Rajapaksa. I've written a paper on this saying the entire Sinhala leadership, one extreme of the spectrum to the other, they are all undoubtedly anti-Tamil.
Some of the UNP leaders openly said before the election last time that they planned that Karuna's split indirectly, and it happened. Is it? Do you think it's a very well planned, or it just happened and now they are taking the credit?
No, I don't think so. This is the sort of hypocrisy of the Sinhala leadership. I mean, when the Tamils did not vote at the presidential election, they said, oh, you know, breach of democracy, they should have voted. I mean, it is not for the Tamils, and I identify myself with the Tamils. In fact, I often call the Tamil people my Tamil people, because they are. It's not for us on the Tamil side to make, to help the Sinhalese to choose an anti-Tamil leader. That's their business. If they want to choose someone who has dipped his fingers, paws, into the tsunami till just a couple of months before the presidential election, they're happy with that. That's their problem. If they want to choose someone like Chandrika Kumantunga as their leader, someone who has carpet bombed Jaffna, it's their problem. But I don't think that we, on the Tamil side, need to get involved choosing a Sinhala leader who is anti-Tamil.
Ranil Wickremesinghe, there's some part of the world have an opinion he's a leader, he can solve the problem. Do you think?
Well, 1983, the violence in Colombo, it broke out on Sunday, as you may remember. There was silence on Tuesday, silence on Wednesday, and Wednesday night, 3 young ministers came and gave an interview. One of those 3 was Ranil, and he said that the Tamil businessmen deserve what they got. And this is the man that you are hoping to get a solution from. I think that he's just a smooth talker. This guy, the current guy who's in power, he's not a smooth talker. I mean, he is more at home in the village in Hambantota. But he's not able to put his arm around Bush, that's for sure. When he came here, I think he spent a great deal of money living in the Waldorf Astoria or something like that. But I don't think he hadn't got the same smoothness as Ranil Wickremesinghe.